DOJ has Trump as a criminal target in their investigation. And we know this based on um, testifying in the reporting of the Washington Journal. And if you are a MAGA clown, I love my MAGA clowns. If you're a MAGA clown who hasn't watched the J6 committee hearings, which is just GOP Trump folks interviewing on what they saw, right? Testifying to the committee for a historical record. It's so important that there's a historical record is there. Then you shouldn't be watching this video. That's all I have to say. Undo you with a laugh and a smile. Dow, trying to help you by making this video. Do, I'm serving you and others, with it. There's Undow Do behind me, over my shoulder. Undow Do, Undow Do, Undow Do. You're like, what is this guy talking about? So imagine if Trump, on December 19, 2015, said, hey, we're going to have a rally to overturn Trump's victory. We're going to stop the steal rally, stop the steal. And he put it out there on tweet, and this event just happened around him, right? Because he has 70 million followers. All the crazies and everything else, all the white nationalists, all the loonies out there on the web, self-organized this event. He called for it. His minions provided. And the reason for it was that earlier that day, he wanted to appoint on the 18th, that evening on the 18th, there was a meeting and all these crazies got on there. And the week before, maybe it was after, I don't know the timeline, the Clark letter happened, right? There's the Clark letter, and then there's the martial law meeting where you had Giuliani, you had Meadows, you had this other person, right? All in there, basically saying, "Hey, let's use the National Guard to grab, the voting machines. Let's have martial law. Let's go into the states and basically pull their votes. Let's prove." He's so sure that there was corruption in his own broken mind, even though there was no evidence. 63 law cases, 62 losses or something like that. It's in the 60s, right? The only one they won was drop boxes were illegal, right? Even with drop boxes, he wouldn't have lost enough votes. Drop boxes of absentee ballots is illegal, right? But that's a state problem. They already accepted the votes. They can change things next time around. But you can't overturn an election over there. Imagine if he had Biden reject Trump's votes. Imagine his DOJ wanted to put this Clark letter to undermine Trump's victory. The Clark letter. Imagine on the day of the insurrection, Obama sat back and did nothing for over 3 hours as police were injured, over 100 police officers were harmed, 6 people died, 4 of which were police officers, right? Some not immediately on the day, but suicide as a result of post-traumatic disorders, or who knows? I think that needs to be investigated. And it goes on and on and on. If Obama had done what Trump had done, and the GOP had control of the White House, the House, and the Senate, then Obama would be in jail by now. for sure, without a question. You know it. I know it. Imagine Fox News covering all this stuff, just completely incensed over these things. There's so much of it, and yet they're silent. If Trump is not prosecuted, if they find some reason not to prosecute him, then our democracy experiment will be over. Because what it means is another mini Trump, where it's DeSantis or Eric Trump who will take on his mantle, who will inherit the bloodline, will do far worse. And they're already talking about the purging of the civil servants if he ever takes power again. He really wants to purge and just put his supporters at every level of government, right? So fealty is to Trump, not to our Constitution. And the moment you have an emperor, a king, and that is what the MAGA clowns respond to Trump, the moment everything ends in regards to democracy.